What's going on, you guys? Today, we're going to be reacting to Heroes of the Game Episode 1, and this is by One Esports. Quick shout out to Kid Trigger, who suggested I react to these. So we're going to be watching Episode 1, and then make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the reaction to Episode 2, so that'll be next. Let's go ahead and check it out. I don't know what this is about. Actually, we should probably read the description then. Go behind the scenes of One Esports Singapore Major in this two-part documentary. So this is kind of like, it's kind of leading up to TI-10. Let's go ahead and check it out. Oh, I hate seeing PKB.
For us, it's kind of like our life. It's like everything we really kind of aim for. Everything is on the line. It's not about the money or anything. It's just the fact.
No, come on, dude. That's a lie. You would not be here if there was no money. If they were just playing to see who was the best team, they would not. He would not be there. Come on now. I mean, now he's not playing for the money because the money's guaranteed, right? He has some money. He has a career. Come on, dude. I hate when people say that because there's obviously some money involved.
Whoever wins that, it goes down in the history books for Dota.
The International, with a $40 million prize pool, it is the single biggest esports event in the world.
You win the first prize, you're in Southeast Asia, you retire for the rest of your life.
There's so much pressure because you've worked so hard for this whole year or years to get here. This is your chance.
Okay, real quick, when he said you can retire for the rest of your life, I don't know if he means like you can go ahead and be a content creator or something because you won, you can do whatever you want after that. But like winning $2 million, unless you're really smart or you know how to invest, that's not enough. I mean, you really have to know what you're doing with it, but maybe he does. Maybe he does.
It can make you play better or it can break you.
We know the COVID is getting serious. That impacted us a lot. Right now, it's been a year, so I'm really happy that we had a Singapore major.
There's a dark horse in the Singapore major. It will be us.
By qualifying for a major and by placing high, I believe the top 12 points in the world get invited to the international.
Oh, wow.
The goal is to win the Singapore major.
We just want to be better every game, and we just want to stay as a team.
Me and esports, we never qualified to the international, but we think this year is the year.
Wait, what team are they representing? Didn't make it to the international. Alright, this should be pretty good. That was the intro, dude. Part 1 with the plainest text ever.
Esports, a billion-dollar industry. Once a niche hobby, now a global mega beast.
Come on, what is that? What is that intro?
Competitive gaming has turned passionate recreational gamers into global superstars.
And that's kind of true.
Sports is a young industry. The fan bases are getting larger, and they're being more vocal, more passionate, more enthusiastic.
Esports fans across the world can join together, come together at a tournament and cheer and celebrate.
Wait a minute. Wait, is it actually so weird? Hold on. Isn't okay, I'm not gonna pull her up, but isn't it it's so weird to me that this like female host in Dota 2 for esports looks very similar to the main female host in League of Legends. Like, it's weird that they actually look similar. Like, it's not weird that they're both female, it's weird that they look similar. And at least when I see her, I think of the other one. Is that just me? Shocks?
I've always dreamed of a world where this would be like, I know, the sport of the future, the new reality.
Won't get control of the dream call. It's a backline. So much damage. Viper as well as Prophet just evaporate.
But no game has captivated gamers and obsessed fans like Dota 2.
That's not true. That is not true.
You'll always be drawn back to it because that is the game that gives me mentally the biggest challenge and also the biggest satisfaction.
Dude, come on now.
Anyone that doesn't know Dota 2, you can consider it a three-dimensional chess game, or I can see it as an onion on the outside with loads of layers and all that. Dota has, like, once you figure out the layer that you see, you peel it off, there's another one.
Dude, okay, wait, hold on. You're not about to say this is like the great. I mean, okay, it's definitely heavily opinion based of what esport is the best, but how are they about to say that Dota 2 is like, dude, no esport has captivated people like Dota. Like, dude, Counter-Strike has been around way longer, and dude, anytime there's a 1v5 clutch or like a 1 second defuse, I mean, come on now, just why'd they say that?
The game pits 2 teams of 5 against each other. They have to destroy their opponent's base and towers, while defending their own ones too.
Wow, thanks for the intro, dude.
Spend time not just blindly playing, but actually focusing on testing out new things.
Oh, I can't just run it down mid and die? Oh, okay, thanks, Tammy.
Also doing
I didn't know that.
a lot more than just picking up your mouse and keyboard and playing the game.
Oh.
At that level, I think you need a great deal of sacrifice.
Professional gaming has become a violent
You can't just play the game.
holding players into the global
Obviously.
These pro players, they are like rock stars.
Federer, Messi, Ronaldo, LeBron. Our athletes belong on those same pedestal.
I don't know about that.
Start playing when they're very young, that they start playing pubs with their brothers sometime, and someone picked them up from a ranking, from a list somewhere. It's crazy. A lot of these players have a lot of unique stories.
They have a huge number of people following them. What they do, what they say, what they drink, what they eat is very
My
important
OG
to
boys.
fans. And a lot of them they have a lot of national pride. So when they see a player from their own country playing, wow, they are cheering and doing whatever it takes to support that player.
Is that really true? Okay, wait. Let me just real quick. Here, I'll just mute it and play. But so like when they say that, like for America at least, I don't care if Americans are playing whatever. I don't care if Americans win. I just want, like, I have favorites on a team. It doesn't matter where they're from necessarily. I don't care if C9 wins in Counter-Strike. I don't care what team, like, it doesn't matter where they're from necessarily. Is that just me? Do people from their country really want their country's team to win? Like, maybe that's just not me. I don't, like, sometimes yes, but sometimes it's just coincidence because I like the players on the team, but I really don't care where they're from. Is that just me? Comment down below.
Cores are melting. LFI are not farming. They're fighting and they're losing the fights. Meanwhile, LFI also streaming in with the echo. And Jesus, you're a goddamn hero. He finds 3.
Dota 2 has arguably been a massive influence to how competitive esports has evolved.
No. Come on. Why would they say something like that?
First game to bring an esports tournament to the grand stage.
No.
In the same league as the biggest sporting events in history.
What are they talking about?
Sucks, buddy. It's been a very long journey for you. You have gone so far. You've been in Dota.
What about MLG tournaments for any game back in the day? Are you serious? That was probably on like national TV, MLG events from back in the day. Like, chill out.
Tournament for any pro Dota player.
For the Dota 2 fans, the International is like, it's the Super Bowl of Dota 2. If you
True.
want to be the best in the world, you gotta win the International.
Okay, that's true. True.
It's basically the biggest esports tournament by far, actually, out of all the games. It is, I believe, the largest event in esports, and it has been for many years now.
The trader talking a little too much. Just kidding, I don't care.
If you
Oh, that's the scary guy.
Internationals, doesn't matter if you do poop the whole year round. You're gonna be considered a world champion. That's how it works. That world title, that prestige, that's what it's all about.
It's very life-changing. The prize money of it is, you win the first prize, you're in Southeast Asia, you retire for the rest of your life. That's how big it is.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but sure.
Getting to the international, you need to basically accumulate points over the year, and then the top 16 teams who get the most amount of points, they get to go to.
Okay. So wait, that's a little bit, I feel like, misleading, because I thought there was like, you play a bunch of like group stages to find out who's actually in the TI. So I feel like it's a bigger selection, and then the top 16 from that go in. I swear there was more to it than just like, oh, tournaments over the the course of whatever. I thought there was more to it because when we watched True Sight, they were saying stuff. I can't remember. Am I wrong? Oh, they have an orchestra. That's sick.
In tennis, there are a few big.
Stop bringing up sports. Oh my god, please just stop bringing up sports. Esports and sports are way different. Stop. Who cares? It's popular people. That's all it is. It's not anything similar. Sports is way different than esports. Esports is way different than sports. They're both popular all-stars, whatever. Stop.
This year there are 2 majors. And if you do well in these majors, that helps you qualify for the international.
Why was he talking about tennis?
The prize pool for the international is over $40 million.
Cool.
Legacy teams like Evil Geniuses and Fnatic have been through the international multiple times. The players know what's at stake.
Playing a TI is having that pressure twice as much or even more than any other event because it just feels like there's so much hanging on this.
I think if you win the TI, there's probably like 10 to 20 people you're splitting the money with, like like managers and stuff. So you probably get like 2 to 4 million, and then you have to pay taxes on it. So no, that is not enough to live off of unless you're an investing genius. That one guy who said, "Oh, you just can live off of it for life." I mean, maybe there's some organizations are different; they have less people involved, but I would assume it's going to be you're splitting it with a bunch of people.
One team that has never been to TI is OB Neon. The Philippines-based Dota 2 team.
Dang, look at those shoes. Aren't those expensive?
And have been relatively under the radar.
How many times has Neon qualified?
These guys are
5,000, no 0. 0 times. But if we win, it will be a great honor for us, of course, to represent the Philippines because Filipinos, they cling to this Filipino pride, and being able to hoist the aegis or the trophy beside the Filipino flag, it'll be a great honor.
This year, TI is going to be very different.
Dude, I swear Americans wouldn't care. If the honor was like to raise the trophy next to the American flag, nobody would care. There's gonna be very few Americans that would actually care. I feel like we don't care.
For Dota 2, it had a really big impact because
Wait, he's playing in windowed? Wait, he's playing in windowed for the most FPS. That is a true gamer.
Most of the
Respect.
Teams, they closed shop.
You see that?
As a result of the pandemic, the community would have wanted more tournaments because you're gonna sit at home more. A lot of people have been sitting at home more, and there weren't any more tournaments. Since the moment that LAN events were cancelled, I'm like, okay, bring them back, please.
Since the pandemic and TI being cancelled, we had a lot of time off. So we didn't get to experience what it's been like as a team together physically. We did get to play a lot online, like we had 6 weeks, but it's not the same.
For OB Neon, training in a pandemic means having to make some drastic decisions. The boys have set up a closed camp in an apartment in the Philippines.
Nagigising kami as a team around 11 or 12.
Food's here. Share na tayo dito ah.
Tapos kakain, ligo. Tapos kailangan mag 1 game muna kami bago practice namin. Ang routine namin ay parehas lang.
Wait a minute. Is there captions?
Yung nakakaiba lang
okay.
Hindi kami makapaglabas kung magtitimba.
My bad. I was like, wait, what's going on?
Here in the camp, it's like a bubble where we really don't want to leave. We don't want to expose ourselves, and we don't want to risk our players' health.
Oh, that's kind of true.
The sacrifice, I think, is not being able to see your families because of the global pandemic. We just had to, stay inside, train, and make the most of it, really.
Fortunately for the players, the sacrifice may just as well pay off. That's because the next Dota League is
just as well, just pay off, not just as well.
Dota 2 is making a comeback with the 2021 Dota Pro Circuit, or the DPC.
After the pandemic.
Due to the COVID-19.
Oh, okay. Got you.
The DPC restarted. I mean, I needed that. The DPC is the start that things are looking up again, right? That we will find a way to continue on.
before COVID-19, we would have a lot of live events. But again, as I said, the beauty of esports, it was born online, born virtually, and we'll just do it where we started from, which was online and virtually.
What is that statement, dude?
Is that
I hate this guy.
the world continues to recognize esports as the future of sports and entertainment. And I think what has happened...
Wait, no. Dude, sports is never gonna go away. Why would he say that? Not the future of sports and entertainment. There's always gonna be sports and esports. It's just like there's gonna be esports too. Sports is not going away. Do you think they're just gonna like stop playing soccer/football? Do you think they're just gonna stop playing like, or like having the Olympics? Like, dude, chill out. This guy, hate this guy.
Has raised the attention of a lot of people around esports.
We know esports is. This guy is just like, dude. I swear, this guy doesn't know anything about anything. He's just like, he has like millions of dollars into. He's like a CEO. It said he just has like millions of dollars invested. Like saying every buzzword that he possibly. And he doesn't know anything about anything. Hate this guy.
Huge win today versus
Hate him.
How does it feel to be going to the major?
Of course, I'm very happy, and this is our first major, so yeah, I'm excited to play.
It is the first DPC season of the year, and the first step to qualifying for a place at the International.
Teams
Is that Jenkins?
There's 8 teams in an upper division in a league. If you are playing in the upper division, you have a chance to qualify for a major.
And this major is very important because think about it. If you do well in this major, you don't necessarily need to do well in the second major. So people want to qualify for the international now.
Oh,
so
right.
Relax.
I get it.
There's no sense of defense here for T1. It's looking like Neon are gonna get it done, and there's no way to stop this. Neon will go after the throne, and they will take the game, take the series, and move on into second place.
Dota 2 rookies OB Neon had surprised esports fans by coming in second in Southeast Asia to qualify for the next major. Their rivals, the legendary Team Fnatic, came in first.
When we first found out that the team qualified for the major, we were happy, of course. The boys were shouting, they were jumping around, because it makes us one step closer to our goal, which is TI, the international.
Nice.
The first major of the DPC is set to take place here, Singapore. It will be the first offline event to take place since the start of the pandemic.
The Singapore major is important for Dota 2 for a few reasons. The first is that Dota 2 has, from a competition perspective, has kind of been inactive for more than 12 months. So the fans are dying to get back onto esports and see these teams compete. A lot of competitions have happened at the regional level. They haven't happened at the international level.
This is the first major, the first LAN event that we've had in over a year. And for me, the Singapore major is a chance to watch those inter-regional matchups again, and I'm super excited about that.
The Singapore major is a partnership between PGL and One Esports.
One's role is to host the Singapore major, and more importantly, is tell the story of all the teams and the rivalry and the competition and what makes this thing so exciting for the rest of the world. We don't just do events. The secret is you got to bring to bear all of the different parts of media, all different parts of that fan experience, and it needs to coalesce maybe.
Wait. Was the Sven a cosplay? Wait, she's obviously a cosplay. Is he? Oh, I think that's just CGI. It's still very cool though. Look at all the lighting they have.
Fan experience, and it needs to coalesce maybe in an event.
For content, after each day of the Singapore major, we'll have a complete article wrap-up of all the matches.
Singapore is the right place for a major for several reasons. I come from New York City, and I tell people Singapore is like kind of living in Star Trek. I mean, it's such an advanced country.
Currently, this is the preliminary stage design.
This is no ordinary tournament. In light of the pandemic, a competition
Whoa.
of this scale and importance will have to take on a different look.
So
Holy crap.
Running large-scale esports events within COVID-19 is not easy, and you need to have an amazing set of partners to deliver an event. And in our case, we had PGL and we had STB, Singapore Tourism Board, and they were relentless in their support of us and incredibly creative and innovative in helping us deliver this world-class event. esports is going to go, whether there is a pandemic, whether there is a hurricane or a typhoon or a tsunami or an earthquake. Esports will continue. And that is the beauty of our sport and of our fans.
With the backing of the city-state, the Dota 2 Major is all set to take place. And this is where it will be held, the Fairmont Hotel, Singapore.
This hotel. Okay.
The ballroom floor is getting
Oh, it's just like they have a huge event area.
Singapore Tourism Board are coming in this afternoon, so they're really the ones that have set the safe management protocol for the whole event. They're coming in to check where we're at and make sure that we're ready.
Like many hotels, they have had to adapt to the pandemic, and the Singapore Major is a huge boost for them. However, the 5-star experience isn't the same anymore.
So here we've got the, through the fence there, if you can see, is the check-in for guests coming in for stay-home notice.
All players and fan staff will have to come through this special check-in desk and will enter what is known as the bubble. Once they enter, there's no leaving until the event is over. In the meantime, it is a mad rush to partition the 4th floor. As part of COVID-19 measures, this is to prevent the public from interacting with the international attendees.
You make it nice and neat, but the problem is that then people can just lift the whole thing up and come underneath. I just don't think they're going to accept that.
Okay, good.
All right, mate. Thank you. There's some things we need to do after the initial stage. We've got to make some changes, but we don't have to do that till the event really kicks off.
It's days away from the tournament, and teams all across the world have started making their way to Singapore.
Okay.
But it hasn't been smooth sailing for all the teams.
My name is Wilson Tang. I'm the Dota 2 administrator for the Evil Genesis.
Dang.
I handle everything from flights, hotel scheduling, visas, and also like entry requirements. For example, for this major, I had a lot of entry requirements.
I have a checklist of it, and all my players are from different countries, so like they have all the different documents they need to get, and all the different regulations as well. One of the busiest time of my life.
Arguably, no team is facing a greater roadblock than OB Neon. With COVID-19 cases rising in the Philippines, there's a chance the players can't fly out.
Oh, wow.
Before the Singapore Major, the Philippines, they imposed this travel restriction. It made us felt bad and worried because, you know, everything we worked for, suddenly it felt like we had no chance to compete in Singapore.
OB Neon has to apply for exemptions to be allowed to return. They need to work closely with their rivals, Fnatic and Evil Geniuses, who also have Filipino players.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, Philippines introducing their new travel ban did not make things easy for us because it came very last minute, and we had to figure out whether the Filipinos can come home after the event.
While the teams try to sort their flights, back in Singapore, the nuts and bolts of the event are taking shape. A lot of set building is required for an esports event like this, even for one without a live audience. Local event crew, the show company, is starting off the early infrastructure works.
Today is the first day of
This is a lot about just setting up the event. I'm sure part 2 is going to be better, honestly, right?
for the green screen, as well as to set up the green room for the caster and analyst talents that PGL are bringing down.
While the show company is setting up, the bulk of the event build is overseen by internationally acclaimed esports organizers, PGL.
Well, PGL is a project that I started somewhere in the summer of 2000. So initially we started to run national championships for various games like Counter-Strike.
Of course, dude. Wait, they're gonna show CSGO, not CS 1.6. Come on, dude.
From 2016 until the present, we have started to work with pretty much all the game publishers on the planet. Mostly Valve, Electronic Arts, Bethesda, Microsoft, Supercell, everybody.
Although some trusses and structures have been built, part of the works today have come to a standstill. This is because the main showrunners, PGL, have yet to arrive in Singapore.
So now, because of the delay in the cargo, we had to...
Wait, that's not real wood on the floor? What is that?
Quickly arrange transport and all the manpower and everything in order to get it done by today.
While the event slowly takes shape in Singapore, the Filipino players get the all clear to fly.
Oh, nice.
Thank you for the opportunity. You've given us to compete.
Oh, they're pretty religious, I guess.
However, for OB Neon, they are struck with another round of bad news. Their teammate Natsumi cannot take part in the major.
because of Natsumi not being able to come here, we had to find, a replacement. And the best one, the suitable one for us was, Rappy, who played with us already. Yeah, we're on our way to the boarding gate right now. See you in Singapore, guys.
The team finally gets to take off for Singapore, albeit with an unexpected roster change.
The teams were more likely to be excited than anxious because the personality of the boys, they just want to play. They're just, game on always.
This is pretty good so far, I'll be honest with you guys.
Just arrived at the hotel ahead of the games. It's a sign that the start of the tournament is imminent. They have to check into the hotel separated from regular guests and will have to be quarantined in their rooms until they're cleared of COVID-19, which means that the setup now solely depends on the show company.
The biggest challenge of
Whoa, look at this screen.
moment would be the communication and contact with PGL beforehand for this event. When PGL moves in, that's when the integration actually starts, and that's when we'll have more work to do.
The Singapore Major.
Dang, look at his setup. Dang, dude.
Since the start of the pandemic, the showrunners PGL have been released from quarantine and have been buckling down to complete the setup. And it's just in time for the arrival of the players and talents. All attendees are to be quarantined in their hotel rooms until they are officially cleared of COVID-19. While in quarantine, casters Shiva and OD Pixel get a little surprise from Tammy.
Hey guys! Hi Tammy! Hi Tammy!
Former Dota 2 manager Tammy is filming a local food tour outside of the competition bubble. She's picking out some treats for her friends in quarantine.
In front of me now.
Oh, is this the Let's fast forward because this is like the paid promotion.
Once the talents and
Not important.
pass their COVID-19 tests, they are then allowed to participate in the tournament. But players
That was clever though. They didn't even say the name at first. They're just like, oh, it's just part of the documentary, guys. Just watch.
We have run a different supply for each individual rooms that they're going to set it up. Yeah. Okay. So from the riser itself, we provided about 10 kilowatt of supply.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
An entire floor of the Fairmont has been blocked off and refurbished to facilitate training for the players.
Dang.
The 10th floor is essentially, this is the practice suites, so this is where all the teams will be coming.
Dang, they're just loading PCs.
Suites, which will be turned into suites with 6 PCs. The whole thing set up is where they actually do the sort of all their training.
Dang, dude.
And now I just need to check now because we've got all these secret lab chairs going in the rooms, so we need to make sure because some of them have got their individual.
Wait, this is actually crazy.
With the practice rooms all set up and ready for the event, the players now have a place where they can not only train,
I ordered chicken rice.
but bond as a team.
Yeah, I want.
But it's not all fun and games. These 45 square meter rooms is where the tournament begins.
Oh yeah, the pools or whatever, right?
Good morning and welcome to the One Esports Dota 2 Singapore Major. It's been over a year since we were live at the last international LAN.
Wild card. Kuroki.
Not going to be insufficient damage, however, the support getting pulled back, but the arrow blood hit on 2, no way.
Already, Boxy starting off the action, jumping enough life. He's going to go with the black hole. He's only caught Insania for now. Then the Cataclysm just tear through him. That's it. The refresher Cataclysm is all too much.
The tournament begins with the wildcard teams competing for their training suites.
Wait, what?
They don't
Oh.
get to see their opponents while their plays are broadcasted from these rooms.
The Singapore Major is divided in 3 parts. There's the wildcards, there's the group stage, and there's the playoffs. So the 3 teams that win the wildcards will move to the group stage.
Oh.
7 teams will move forward to the playoffs. There
I
are
see.
already 6 teams in the playoffs.
Oh.
Evil Geniuses and Fnatic were top of their regional.
Dang, can you just imagine just be like sitting in the playoffs like, guys, hurry up. Like the whole tournament is like, yo, you're here to play my team. I'm already sitting in the playoffs. Like, get on my level. That's pretty sick.
Yeah,
To be on, get in the playoffs, you know.
Reach that us. But if our team gets eliminated in the group stage, that would be a very devastating result for us, of course.
But before group stages can even begin, the tournament faces another curveball.
So the initial format was built for 18 teams. Unfortunately, 2 of the teams weren't able to fly anymore due to health reasons. And we've altered
Oh,
the
okay.
format. We are going to qualify one more team from the group stage to the playoffs, which also the teams are very happy with it as well.
We were really aiming for the upper bracket, and opening one more slot, it increases our chances. So it boosts our confidence definitely.
Welcome back, everyone, to the One Esports Singapore Major presented by PGL. Let's take a look at the teams that we have in the group stage.
And now we have all 6 regions being represented. This is where it's going to be, we've been hyping up the fact it's been over a year since we've had that cross-region play.
Coming up next, Quincy Crew versus Neon Esports.
Look at the bans, just the heroes that we see so frequently. We won't see.
Oh, this is actual match now.
We won't see Enigma. Maybe they.
The tournament finally begins for the boys of OB Neon. They have 4 matchups today, and there's anxiety about their roster changes.
I think for the Southeast Asian region in general in Dota 2, it has a big question mark on it for me. There's been shuffles, quite a few shuffles in terms of who's playing on which team, and I kind of feel that the dust has not been settled yet.
Do you have any suggestion as of lane?
We moved Scam to the carry role because he was off the off lane. We changed the roles a bit. Hopefully, we can still perform at our highest.
They have a stand-in who's going to be playing position 4, and then Playhard will be on the off lane. So we'll see. That's a lot of changes in one team in such a short period.
And Neon, the last 2-3 fights, they really just used their abilities.
Oh, this QC is about to win.
The games are not looking good for OB Neon.
Is there a way if they're able to turn this around here, Void? It's falling low, but a nice shield set that gives them the space. Now with the movement in, Silence drops, they even just call it quits. Before the rest of the heroes die, they know they can offer up no defense after that. As Vici Gaming will clean this series up in 2-0 fashion.
Dang.
Convincing and pretty disappointing, to be, if I'm being perfectly honest.
We've seen Neon today. It didn't look.
I gotta say, this documentary is pretty impressive. They can show it to people who don't even know what this game is. They're barely showing any gameplay. Does that make sense? It's pretty impressive what they're doing. Can't stop the Bat Rider.
Rough having a stand-in, but it's in the end that's what it's come out to for Neon. But they need a complete 360 here if they're going to want to show at least some fight against LGD.
I don't know if it's necessarily communication. I think it's more just Natsumi has a far more.
Whoa, what is this view? Spectator view?
It had a really good time in the upper division.
The X's and Ghosts dealing with the T4 tower. They're going to try and commit heavily here. Nice counter in the back.
Dude, look at this stupid healing. Death Prophet's so dumb. Dude, look how dumb Death Prophet is. Holy crap. So OB Neon just didn't win a single game?
We'll take this series here 2-0 in incredibly convincing fashion.
It's a little bit too crazy, and I feel like Neon hasn't really figured out who goes where and what. Throughout the entire day, they've been shifting about a little bit.
OB Neon has lost almost all of their series today, and they are in danger of elimination.
Oh, they haven't lost yet. Okay.
To turn things around.
Okay, I got you.
Day 1 done of the groups. Tomorrow we're going to have 4 series and 4 important series as well. Keep in mind, 3 teams move to the upper bracket, 4 teams move to the lower bracket, only 1 team is eliminated.
OB Neon's losses is not going to be the worst thing to happen today. As the games come to a close, the boys are about to receive some very bad news.
What?
The first day of group stages have come to a close. OB Neon is at the bottom of the league.
Yeah, they messed up. Yeah, it's fine. They still have a chance.
We started really slow. We lost most of our matches. But every game we started strong, but we couldn't really finish the game, so we ended up losing most of the games.
However, before the boys can compete in their second day of groups, things took a turn for the worse.
OB Neon, they've been struggling in groups. Now they've kind of put Rappy away because, well, there's a sticky situation with him and contact tracing.
On the flight to Singapore, Rappy had been in contact with a COVID-19 carrier.
No.
has to be isolated and effectively removed from the competition.
Dude, what the heck?
Well, it was around 10 p.m. already nighttime. I was ready to go to bed. So yeah, and then suddenly PGL they messaged me that Rappy he was in close contact when he arrived in Singapore. PGL asked us if we have a stand-in ready, and at the time I just had a massive headache because we didn't have anyone ready.
Wow.
So I'm Dev from Singapore, and I'm also pro Dota 2.
Wait, they just got a random guy. Dang, they just hit him up.
And I'm standing in for Neon Esports. So last night, actually I was asleep and it was like 11:30, and one of the players from Neon Scam, he was like I think trying desperately to look for a stand-in, and Scam called me until I woke up, and yeah. I mean, I'm a bit nervous, and I just mostly I just don't want to let the team down, like because they asked me to stand in, and I just want to make sure that I play the best I can and help them, get to the playoffs.
Ooh, one thing I was thinking is, in these like quarantine playoffs or whatever, I feel like it'd be easy to cheat. You bring your own keyboard. It's got something in the memory. It's got a script in the memory. Like, I'm sure everything gets checked, but still, like, that's kind of what I was gonna say earlier. It's hard to cheat in Dota 2, I would think, unless it's really obvious, though, right?
We are here for the second day of the group stages for the Singapore Major.
Do you guys play Enigma?
We don't play, but if you like, we can play.
Neon will be facing off with 3 teams today.
They don't even know what they play.
Alliance and Team Liquid.
Daedalus now on your pash, my goodness, they roll in January perfect onto the Raid King. MJZ already dead on the Oracle. Now the duel out, Death just holding him down. He'll go down without buyback. That's gotta be it. Frank rolled on, they call it.
Oh, OB Neon, let's go.
This is what I was saying before the tournament started. Neon were one of my favorites before those roster issues happened.
I can safely say, Neon lang malakas. There you go, boys. PH Pride. The response is short with the hook.
They hard right in, Death to follow up, vacuum into the T4 towers, but they just poke them up.
I think Neon's going to be very hungry for the win. They've got something to prove.
It's going to be painful in Alliance. They're coming out of the base.
Wait. How come they blur his name? The death guy. He's not like officially an OB Neon, but why do they blur his... What, is it his clan tag or something? What is wrong with it? That's weird.
He's gone. Limp S4. That'll be game 1 in the books between Neon and Alliance. 32k net worth.
Dang, this dude is just out of nowhere carrying them.
With 2 out of 3 series down, OB Neon is now tied for last place with Alliance.
Both teams are on the edge of leaving the group, so this is like, well, let's be frank, this is the bottom 2 teams right now facing off against each other. So if one of them finds a 2-0, they're suddenly not the bottom team, and they're suddenly not in the running to be eliminated.
OB Neon has to win the next series if they want to make it to the playoffs. Unfortunately, that series is against European powerhouse, Team Liquid.
Oh shoot.
Team Liquid
Is that Kuroki?
Dota 2 teams in the world. The odds are stacked against OB Neon.
Yeah, we're looking forward to playing them, even though we think that they're the strongest team.
It's going to be OB Neon taking on Team Liquid here. Danog, we saw Neon, they've kind of come maybe into the shell a little bit here. They are playing with Death instead of Rappy.
Dude, this death guy is a no joke.
Right now, Team Liquid, they have to retreat away. They've gone too deep. Where's the actual lockdown coming through for the Rolling Thunder? Potentially, they haven't used it just yet, but it doesn't matter to Bill. He's shredding them apart. Boxy has to drop the ultimate. Insane is still going to get shredded apart. The Bill does so much damage. Triple kill beyond godlike, and they call it. Neon.
Dang.
They're going to take game 1 here against Liquid.
Say it time and time again, don't sleep on C because they'll come back and bite you. Neon are in scintillating form against some of these high-quality teams.
And that, I feel, is an upgrade. So for
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dude, look at this guy.
Coming in, he was actually performing really, really well.
Dude, he's just here to... Brought his whole keyboard. He's just ready to play, dude.
Death is proving to be a valuable teammate.
First day, they weren't really stable, and when Death came in, he was stable all throughout the game from the laning stage until we finished the game. So I think that was the X factor that Death brought to the team.
Welcome back to the last match for Neon in the group stages and potentially their last match of the One Esports Singapore Major, depending on this result and depending on Alliance's games as well. They're actually cutting around, man. That Wrath of Nature does so much damage. Now I'm gonna choke, but they gotta be careful. Look how deep they got the magnetize. It's too much AoE.
Oh shoot, they're about to take out Liquid.
Play hard, he's tearing them apart on this Earth Spirit. A full team wipe as Neon are bringing the battle to Liquid in this series.
It is a team.
Oh, did you see Death flaming? Wait, look at that. He's flaming. Look at that. He's flaming. Is that in all chat or no? I think it's only to allies, but then he's flaming. What are they blurring out? Why does it matter? Is it a swear word or something? Someone tell me.
It is a team effort that is taking down the European giants.
He's dragging them straight on top of Insania. DeBill's just gonna tape in the middle 5 to protect to the BKB. Quick the straight
Oh my god, so much damage.
But Brady just shred him apart. Insania still gets the ultimate off. DeBill can't stand his grand now. He's lost all of his damage, but at least with the false promise, or Kenny, DeBill's pushing back way far. That's a dieback from Insania, and they've got no buybacks all up. It's just Mickey holding his life, and wow.
If there's anything that we've learned, it's that C Dota is the best Dota in the entire world.
We went against Team Liquid, who was very strong in the first day of the group stage. So we were very determined to get our scores up. And luckily enough, we got the 2-0.
Neon now coming through, playing with death.
Dude, this death guy's... I'm liking this death guy.
They were needing, but you know, maybe they got something going for them at the moment because they turned it around pretty drastically here. 2-0ing Team Liquid. And now, like you said, this puts him in a very good opportunity to move on.
Turns out all you need is just a nice, soothing Singaporean voice in Death.
Dude, Death is a...
Yelling haha bobo at your face the entire time. So, good job to Neon.
Oh, IFT? LFT? Huh. I don't know why it is blurred. That's weird.
It's not over yet. The last series between Alliance and
If anyone knows, please let me know. I'm curious.
overall standings. Obi Neon isn't in the clear yet.
So they bait with the illusion. Tiger gets away anyway. Now the arena's down, and well, they've started the Roshan. I'm not sure about this.
Dang. Oh, Liquid's going in. Shoot, the puck. Oh wait, this is not Obi Neon. This is something else.
He's having his way with Alliance. The game's over. They call the GG. And with that, Liquid will at least get the first game victory. I do mean that believes, John, that Alliance, unfortunately, will be forced into last place.
Oh.
I'm very sad, but there's no chance for them to make it through to the playoffs.
When we finished the 2-0 against Liquid, yeah, we weren't sure if we were going to move forward to the lower bracket. So we were waiting for the last series of Team Liquid and Alliance. And when the Liquid taking the game, we were really happy. We were excited. I'm very proud.
So yeah, I don't get how the format works, but I guess they moved on. So even after winning, they could have still lost? I don't get that, but anyways.
Even though coming into Singapore, we had a stand-in, and then again, we had another stand-in. They accomplished a lot. So right now we just need to focus on the next match.
Alright, well that was... Okay, you don't need to... Alright guys, that's the end of episode 1. Pretty decent. I'm actually really excited for episode 2. So guys, make sure to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to go ahead and check out episode 2 right after this. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and comment down below, why was the, I think, IFT part of Death's name blurred out? Let me know if you guys know. Anyways guys, I'll see you